judgmental person.
He's not condescending.
What?
Ryan is not condescending. He's judgmental and infuriating, but he doesn't look down on anyone. I assure you. He tries very hard not to be.
But then he's not trying hard enough.
I know he seems obtuse, but most of what he says is either a joke or an honest opinion.
Yes, well, his opinions are offensive.
Okay then, what are his opinions?
You know, like, he thinks girls can't do math. And you, he thinks you're good at math just because you're Chinese.
But I'm good at math.
Yes, but not because you're Chinese. I mean, you can't just go around assuming stuff about people just because of their race.
But I am good at math, and I'm proud of it. Aren't you a proud Filipino? Proud of your hospitality, ingenuity, honesty, Facebook army.
Of course, I'm proud of those.
So, you're racist.
No, that's different.
What's different? It's because I live in a Chinese home. That's why I'm smart and diligent. It's in our culture to be good at things. That I can be attributed to my race because it's true.
I thought you're from Arkansas.
China. Down.
You know, prejudice makes you stereotype people. It's generalizing.
Doesn't seem so that we thought of as smart.
What about the other things like loving money or being bad drivers or that you can be blindfolded with dental floss?
Okay, fine. Don't tell me my The numbers are a way of telling each other how we think of a person. It's really just how much we like someone, our very first impressions. 10 is for friends.
Do you really have to use numbers?
It used to be much
people
easier.
think the wrong thing.
Before, we used scientific notation.
You should do it to a less, misleading way.
You know, Ryan thinks it's funny to make people think what you thought. Shows them what they're insecure about.
Okay, fine. It's just like the Chinese thing. Oh, but you have to make sense. I'd rather be irritated at Ryan.
Ryan isn't a bad guy. But okay, he's mean. But only to be honest, he's just teasing in a very harsh but honest way.
Last time. The name Melly has to at least be a little bit insulting, doesn't it?
Actually, my Chinese name is Mei Li. Melly is a pet name. We're not just together, you know. He's my husband.
Oh wow. I should have just asked. You guys make me look like such an idiot. No, don't comment on that.
Melly, I got it! Well, this is the class, but it's not perfect, but it's close to your grade. It fits the shape of your face perfectly.
I can see both of these.
Well, they're shutter shades. It's a teensy bit retro, but I just make do. I can't think of anything more fashionable.
Lou, I can see past the bars. Why would anyone let this?
It means they don't work.
Guys, it's almost 4.
Oh my god, Melly's the only one who can work the numbers. I'm sorry, honey, no offense, but this is a hard one.
I know I can't solve it.
We try to tell you.
What happens if you don't meet a deadline? Can we just admit it a few hours later?
Oh, no, Mr. Boss will lose face in front of the sponsors, and if he does, he will get mad at us, and by us, I mean the person who's supposed to be on the test run today.
Nina, I think I know a way to complete the algorithms.
I can't read it out to you. It's too long and complex.
No. I know. I'm thinking of another way.
Oh no, Melly, what if your ancestral ghosts find out?
There's just no other way right now. Nina might lose her shot at this job. I can appease the spirits later.
What?
Nina, what I'm about to show you is very secret, okay? Nina and Blue, they know, especially Ryan, because we've been friends in a long time. But I shouldn't be showing this to Wonder.
What is this?
It's something my father, the eldest son of my godfather, passed down to me, his only daughter. This is the most important relic of every Chinese family.
No, you can't be
Nina.
serious.
I present to you the Jet Emerald. It is congruent with all the math prowess of my heritage. You should be able to solve the algorithm.
Jet Emerald, how is that even possible? It's
Ancient Chinese secret.
okay. But try for a while. Oh, Melly. Melly, wow. Melly? Melly? What the crap?
Besides, I think if you're not busy,
Good job. Now we need to take that down on paper and write down. I'm thinking we adding our actual Gantt chart project sketch to the some infographics. We'll work on the bar graph. BLEU, take us a pie chart.
So,
I told you stuff, Gigi. Told you about the ring.
how did you know?
One, you look like you know stuff now. Two, she told you about the jade emerald. She told you. She must have told you that. Three, she's my wife. I just know. Four, I'm pretty clever.
You just can't stop it then. I'm sorry. I guess I was looking to be offended. I shouldn't have jumped to conclusions.
Oh, jump to your conclusions. If you should jump to anyway. And also, I guess I'm also, no. Hypothetically, if I were a nicer person, I would apologize to you, but I'm not really a nicer person, and I still think I'm right, actually.
You know, that's... Okay. Thank you. Good enough for a gago.